Let's bring on board then Rajeev Jain to talk about Bajaj Finance and the prospects of business there. Rajeev, hi, morning. Your board has approved forming household finance subsidiary. Tell us the rationale of housing finance via the subsidiary route.
See, fundamentally, we've been in mortgage business as Bajaj Finance now for the last over 6 years. Close to just about 40% of the balance sheet, or ending June, which was 27,500 crore, is in different mortgage assets. We offer a full product suite today in mortgage. We do loan against property, we do home loans for self-employed, we do home loans for salary, we do lease rental discounting, we do loans to developers in a selective manner. So we offer a full product suite. And we thought, given the growing size and our strategic orientation to this business, it will be prudent for us to launch a 100% subsidiary where these assets could actually be housed. So that's really the rationale and the objective of board approving us to start initial work on starting a housing finance company as a subsidiary of Bajaj Finance.
So Rajeev, by when can we expect the process to be completed? That is part A of my question. And how will the subsidiary be funded, and what kind of capital would you start the housing finance subsidiary with?
So Bajaj Finance Limited is very well capitalized. Our ending June, our capital adequacy was at 18%. So we are quite well funded. We would infuse whatever is the requirement of the housing finance company. We are sufficiently capitalized to be able to support the growth needs, capital needs of the housing finance company that will start. We understand the process of launching a housing finance company takes anywhere between 6 to 9 months. So you should expect sometime next year, in next fiscal, by early next fiscal, we should have the subsidiary on the ground and running.
There is a huge, competition in the housing finance space as well. What's the kind of credit growth that you see in this segment, and what is it that you're going to be targeting in terms of the market and average ticket size?
As I said, our approach has been, we've been in this business for the last 6 years. We have built a sweet spot for us in acquiring, underwriting and managing self-employed customers. It's a very, very large pool, and we built a sweet spot with a level of specialization in meeting their mortgage needs. So we will continue to build on that. That does not mean we will not focus on home loans for salaried as well. We do home loans for salaried as well today, and we want to find a sweet spot in that space as well in the forthcoming years.
Rajeev, so we've discussed your plans for housing, business, so housing finance business. Let's talk about Bajaj Finance core business. Now, brokerages, they remain bullish on your stock, and it is with one of the leading brokerages estimating your profit growth of about 25% plus for next 3 to 4 years. Do you think that's a fair estimate, or are they being optimistic or conservative?
Quarter one, the company grew 20%, which I would say was an outperforming quarter. We are on the ground, the overall momentum is still very slow. I think we are watching the on-the-ground momentum to start to pick up. I think second and third quarter will be critical. Clearly, third quarter, the festival season that kicks in will be critical from a direction standpoint. If the overall environment supports, we should be able to grow upwards of 20% as a company for a foreseeable period.
Well, Havells, that's the one now seeing a volume breakout and price appreciation of 2.5%. That's Havells now sitting at fourth day of gains. But Rajeev, just getting back to your business, your first quarter saw AUM growth of nearly 40%. Can this kind of growth be sustained over the next 1 to 2 years? What do you think is going to drive you to those higher levels?
As I said, it was an outperforming quarter. So clearly, in general, we would like our assets and net income to grow in a linear manner, or in a corridor of 4 to 5% here, as a company. So if you believe that 20% upwards is what net income growth should be, then I would like to believe the corridor of asset growth should also be between 20 and 25% only. So it was clearly an outperforming quarter, but that's not something that at least we have created a business construct of.
How exactly do you see margins over the few quarters shaping up? Any plans to further expand your portfolio mix? Because my understanding is that you are looking at reinventing a lot of your core, consumer businesses.
In general, the level of competitive intensity across lines of businesses have increased. So clearly, margins are under pressure. We are hopeful that as the economic momentum picks up from second half of the year, which most people believe it would, we should get the required desired velocity to make up for margin compression. So clearly, we are sitting in a state where there is compression but not great velocity. I am hopeful in second half of the year we will see the beneficial impact of velocity, which in general comes as a result of lower prices. So we will watch the space is what I would say to you.
Yeah, asset quality, Rajeev, has remained stable so far. Is the performance sustainable?
We, through the cycle, have clearly performed very, very well, is what I would say. Our gross NPAs remain in the range of 1.3 to 1.4. Net NPAs are 30 to 40 basis points. I don't see a material change happening in the short run. And as I said, external environment will determine whether we have hit the bottom or not. So we continue to be very cautious in terms of ensuring that our overall credit frameworks remain tight to not allow any slippages to kick in.
Rajeev, let me get a closing comment from you. I should have asked you this question a little earlier, but better late than never. Now, Bajaj Finance at group level was interested in the banking license, but Reserve Bank of India has yet to release universal banking norms. Meanwhile, any plans for Bajaj Finance or Bajaj Finance to apply for a small bank or for that payment bank license?
No, it's not been taken up to the board. At this point in time, we are studying it and we haven't taken any decisions on it.